Okay, hi, this is Rani Ahmed with you. This is lesson 6 in TCL over Rivet, server-side scripting for the web. And this lesson I'm going to talk about get and post variables. Now, in a previous lesson, we talked about get and post variables as a concept. Okay, but now we're going to see them in action. Before talking about get and post, we have to talk about the form that will send them to the server. Okay, now first of all I must have in an HTML file, and see my file here is lesson 6, okay, .html, and it has this tag form, and it has the attribute action, which is lesson 6.rvt, and then the current method, the way I'm going to send the data is a get method, which will send me the data as a get variable. So the lesson 6 .rvt, okay, is this one, and it's a Rivet script, and lesson 6.html and lesson 6.rvt are in the same folder. So when I press submit, okay, on the form, and the submit button is this add values, okay, it will send the data as get variables, okay, to the file named lesson 6.rvt. Now, first of all, I must show you the variables that I'm going to send. So to send those variables, first of all, I must have an input tag, okay, and by the way, I organized the data, the form, to use a table, okay, so it will be neat. But what we need is that just the input tags, okay, and the input tag have the attribute name type, okay, and the type by default it's a text. If you don't type it, it's a text, okay, it will be something like this, okay. So and the type can be also a checkbox, a radio button, can be a submit button like the add values button, and this is another type here, you type submit here, okay. That's all I remember for now, but this is what you usually use, okay. And you can use also an option select or select option tag, also that will be used to select one or many data at the same time, send them to the Rivet script, okay. Now the variable name, because you need to reference the variable anyway that you sent, so it will be name equal, and between the here, this is the variable name, okay. So the variable name uses the attribute name, and the value attribute takes the default value, okay, that when you just reload the page or just open the page. Now the submit button has the value add values, which is the name of the button that you see, this text here inside the button. Now first of all, I'm going to show you that I'm using a get method. So I'm going to type 6 for example here, and the 9 here, okay, and I press add values. So when I press add values, you'll see this, okay. So this is in the address bar, okay, and the ones that are behind or after the question mark and all this string is called the query string, and this is what get does. Get method sends the data in a way that you can see the data inside the address bar. course this is the address bar, or this is the address bar, same, just this is the zoomed way. Okay, now in a post method, if I change this to post, and I go back and I must reload the page because it's cached, and then let's say 6 and 9, and the other file, the lesson6.rvt, is now still using get, so it was printing as get, okay, method. Now it's in the HTML file that has the form, it's a post, so when I press add values, okay, because this is still getting things as get, you won't see get method, you won't see anything printed, but also at the same time the data that you sent as post, okay, are already sent, but you don't see anything. See, in a zoomed way, you don't see anything on the address bar. So the get method sends the data in a way that you see the query string. In the post method, you don't see the query string inside the address bar. So that's the main difference between them. Now, and this is good for sending passwords. Yeah, and there's another type here, I forgot about it, which is inside the input types, which is the password. So when you type something like here, if I said password, so if I reload it, let's say I reload it, so for whatever I type, see, it's already hidden. Now, and there's another type called also hidden. This one won't be shown on the screen, so this one is hidden. And this is also the radio button. Hopefully this is the name. Okay, this is the radio button, and this is the check button, as I said. So F5, reloading, checkbox maybe, anyway, trying to remember it anyway. So yes, this is a checkbox, so either click it on or off. So this is what you usually use in HTML. So those are the data that are sent with the form. So as with respect to Rivet, okay, there are like some procedures of Rivet that prints out and like processes the form data. Okay, so we have the varqs is the one that deals with the get method. We have the var post, which deals with the post method. We have the var, which doesn't care whether the data, and it's called the request method, doesn't care about the data whether it's a get or post method data. Okay, now if I want to print it, you use however your way, whether it's a QS or a post or null. Okay, use get and you use the name. So let's say I'm back into get, so go backwards to everything as it was, and I go back here. Okay, so let's say I have 6 and 9. So the data now which I sent is input 1. See, this is a variable name now, and this is another variable name, as I said. And in Rivet I use the get and the variable name that's inside the query string. Okay, so this is get input 1, which is get input 1, which is 6. See, I'm printing 6 here, and similarly input 2, which is 9. Okay, input 2 equals 9. So this is how I deal with the data. Now let's say I want to print it out, so I say print the sum, I mean, so puts sum equals, I can do this right away, which is expr dollar input 1 plus dollar input 2, and this sum will be printed out. See, I will reload, sending the data again, and I get 15. So this is all about get and post. Good. In the next lesson I'm going to show you how to use the radio buttons and the check buttons, because they are special. They use lists. Okay, please subscribe and put your comments under the video. Thanks.